Hey fight fans, welcome back to the Fight Book. This is the Indian Action Guy, and in this video we have interesting and some massive updates, including an official positive update from UFC 317 main event, rankings updates after UFC Des Moines, and 4 new UFC fight announcements, as well as 3 world title fights. So without wasting any time, let's start the video. Let's start it with UFC 317 update, and we have Ilia Topuria, who officially confirms himself that he will be fighting at UFC 317 on June 28th. He mentioned in the video that he hopes to make his all fans happy on June 28th. Anyway, he did not confirm who will be his opponent, but we all know that it would be Islam Makhachev if Belal Muhammad wins his fight this weekend. And on this topic, UFC lightweight Beneil Dariush says that he believes Islam Makhachev is in a lose-lose situation by facing Ilia Topuria, so he should move up to the welterweight division. Charles Oliveira's manager on the same topic says that Islam Makhachev should vacate lightweight title if he moves to the welterweight division, and UFC should not make the interim belt. And continuing the story, Arman Tsarukyan says he will fight for the vacant title if Islam Makhachev decides to move up to 170. But if he stays at lightweight, Arman Tsarukyan says he would like to fight either Justin Gaethje or the rematch with Charles Oliveira. Arman also revealed that he turned down a UFC Abu Dhabi main event against Mateusz Gamrot on July 26th. He says the UFC angered him by giving him number 10 ranked guy, as he is currently ranked at number 1. And after all these fighters' statements, Belal Muhammad, the welterweight champion, reacts to the reports that Islam Makhachev is waiting on the outcome of his fight against JDM to decide if he will be fighting Topuria or he will be fighting for the second belt. Belal tells Islam that get your fight signed because I'm not leaving Montreal without the belt. Anyway, his opponent Jack Della Maddalena is also confident that he is better than Belal Muhammad wherever their fight at UFC 315 ends up. He says he can get him on the feet and on the ground as well. Moreover, Belal and JDM faced off for the first time on Canadian soil ahead of their fight this weekend. Joel Alvarez is out of his lightweight fight against Benoit Saint-Denis, which was the main card starter for UFC 315 card. Alvarez suffered a hand injury during this camp, and he is reportedly planning to move up to the welterweight division, as he said in his statement that he didn't want to say goodbye to the lightweight division like this. The Spaniard is expected to bag in the fall. Anyway, Arman was not the only one who turned down Mateusz Gamrot. BSD also turned him down, and then UFC gave him a guy who is 0-2 in his first UFC stint. It's Canada's own Kyle Pripolek, who is riding a 3-fight win streak outside the UFC and was in camp to face Michael Dufort at Samurai MMA this Friday. In other fight announcements, we have the return of the lightweight prospect Markel Medeiros, who will return on May 31st at UFC Vegas 107 card, where he will be looking to extend his win streak to 9 third straight in the UFC against Bolaji Oki. Another fight that is officially announced is a women flyweight bout where number 10 ranked Tracy Cortez will return against number 8 ranked Viviane Araujo, and this fight is added at UFC 317. We also have another fight news, but that fight is not official yet. Petr in his recent interview to Submission Radio confirms that the rumors of his fight against Marcus McGhee are true, and the match will happen next if Cory Sandhagen doesn't accept a rematch in July. Jan publicly called out Cory Sandhagen for a rematch, but Cory Sandhagen is adamant that he now deserves a title shot, and he also dropped a skit in response to the people saying he doesn't deserve the title shot.
I think that you did a really good job this weekend.
Oh, alright, well, thanks.
Anyway, following his win over Deiveson Figueiredo at UFC Des Moines, Cory Sandhagen stands firm at number 4 in the latest official bantamweight rankings update, while the man he beat, Deiveson Figueiredo, falls one spot to number 6. Additionally, Montel Jackson moves up one spot to number 14 with his 6th straight win on the same night. In the strawweight rankings update, Jillian Robertson moves up 3 spots to number 9 following her victory over Marina Rodriguez, who with her retirement departs the list, and Loma Lookboonmee joins at number 15. Bit of shuffling at women's bantamweight division as well, including Yana Santos moving up 1 spot to number 9, and the women she beat Misha Tate dropping down 1 position to number 13. All this shuffling, but no change at middleweight division in the official rankings update following UFC Des Moines. Rainier de Ridder, who knocked out Bo Nickel, stays at number 13. The number 12 ranked Paulo Costa's last 2 MMA wins were against Luke Rockhold in 2022 and Yoel Romero in 2019. So I think RDR should be at least number 12. That's the reason why the UFC fighters don't accept fights against lower ranked guys, because they do not get anything with the win but loses everything if they lose the fight. Anyway, Rainier de Ridder defends Bo Nickel from criticism after his loss, and he says he is glad that he didn't meet Bo Nickel in 3 years, because if that fight was happened 3 years later, Nickel was gonna run through him. RDR says he would really like to work with Bo Nickel after their fight because of the skill set that Bo Nickel brings. And that was all in this UFC section. Now let's move towards the boxing section. First, we have a vacant WBA interim heavyweight title fight, Fabio Wardley's homecoming. He was supposed to fight Jared Miller, who pulled out due to a shoulder injury, and replacing Miller is WBO number 1 ranked Justice Honey. This new fight is even more exciting as Wardley is the number 1 contender by WBA, while Honey is the number 1 contender at heavyweight by WBO. Anyway, another title fight is IBF World Women's Lightweight title fight, where IBF lightweight champion Beatriz Ferreira will return for her second defense against the number 1 contender Maria Ferreira. This fight will take place on June 7th in Orlando, Florida, and it will be the headliner of MVP Prospect 13 on DAZN. Next, we have WBA interim super bantamweight title fight, where the champion Murodjon Akhmadaliev, who is scheduled to fight Naoya Inoue for the undisputed super bantamweight titles on September 14th in Tokyo, is staying active. Before that fight, Akhmadaliev will return on May 30th on Matchroom's card in Mexico, Guadalajara, where he will take on the Mexican Luis Castillo in a showcase bout. His fight will be the co-headliner of Manuel Gallegos versus Khalil Kho's rematch. Anyway, from Ring Magazine's New York City card on July 12th, we got the face-offs between the headliners, and from Fury vs Joshua, we have update from Anthony Joshua himself, who announces that he will be undergoing elbow surgery that will keep him out of the gym for 6 to 8 weeks. So if Fury vs Joshua is happening, at least now it's not happening very soon. And that's all, guys. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Do share your thoughts in the comment section, as your feedback is important, and then do whatever you want.